Amazing. Well, thank you all for coming. So my name is Tegan Kline, and I helped to organize Crypto Underground. We started about 3.5 years ago, so it's one of the longest standing blockchain events in San Francisco. A word from our sponsors. So we actually have 4 amazing sponsors tonight. TEZOS is an open source TEZOS is an open source platform for assets and applications backed by a global community of validators, researchers, and builders. TEZOS addresses key barriers facing blockchain adoption to date: smart contract safety, long-term upgradability, and open participation. TQ TEZOS is a technology company based in New York City, building TEZOS-backed solutions and open source software for enterprise and developers. We also have Globalized Accelerator. So they offer short-term, cohort-based executive programs in Silicon Valley for senior executives and seasoned entrepreneurs. The company has 70 ambassadors around the globe and a growing community of 4,800 global leaders. Also, Galvanize, which is the amazing space that we're in. Galvanize is a co-working space, so if you're interested in becoming a member, Galvanize always sponsors Crypto Underground, so just let me know and I'm happy to connect you to them. And then I would like to invite Blocks up to give a quick word.
Hi everybody together, thank you. Thank you everybody. I don't know if you noticed, but ETH just hit $500. Blocks is a SaaS solution for accounting and bookkeeping. Very easy platform to aggregate all your wallets, exchanges, custodian solutions, and whatnot into one platform and be ready for tax season, audit season, etc. So tax season is around the corner. Check out Blocks out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. All right, panelists, you can come on up, and I will leave the floor to you.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, great. So thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, and thank you to our sponsors tonight. That's awesome that you guys are sponsoring this event. My name is Rachel Wolfson. I'm a journalist with Cointelegraph, and I'm a moderator for this panel tonight. So good to see so many people out here, and I will just let our panelists introduce themselves.
Hey guys, I'm Kevin. I work for TQ TEZOS. As mentioned before, we're a tech company based in New York that focuses on developing products built on TEZOS, helping companies onboard and integrate into the ecosystem. I focus specifically on ecosystem development and research, and work really closely with different stakeholders in the ecosystem to, coordinate a lot of the efforts around the advancement of the platform itself.
Hey, I'm Stephen Akridge. I'm a co-founder and engineer at a project called SOLMA. It's a layer 1 blockchain, and we're focused on high performance, high throughput, and we're also a stake network, so you can stake on our platform.
Hey everyone, my name is Jack Zampolin. I work for Cosmos TENDERMINT. I mainly do product management, and I'm currently working on IBC.
Hi everyone, my name is Maly Ly, and I'm Chief Marketing Officer at AKASH Network. So AKASH is building the first decentralized peer-to-peer cloud marketplace. So we are offering an alternative to the big cloud service providers. We are built on Cosmos ecosystem, and we leverage proof of stake.
Hi everyone, my name is Youngblood. A couple years ago, I worked for the TEZOS Foundation, and I helped them launch their beta net in June 2018. And I run the Validators for the TEZOS Foundation. And then also, for the last year or so, I've been working at COINBASE Custody, helping to launch staking products. You may have heard of staking rewards that we launched last fall.
Great, wonderful. So obviously this panel is about staking. So the first question is, what does it mean to stake cryptocurrency and how does it work? And I'm just going to let anybody who wants to start, feel free to answer that question.
I think I'll jump in and take this one. I'll try to make this very simple because some of you may already know what staking is, but I'm not going to assume you know. So if you think about a digital ledger, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any proof of stake coin, really what we're trying to do is decide on which transactions get included in the ledger. So the consensus model is how we all agree that when Bob sends one Bitcoin to Alice, that transaction is immutable. So proof of work miners solve this by doing complex problems that have an adjusting difficulty level, and whoever gets lucky and solves the problem gets to create a block with those transactions in it. In proof of stake, it's different because basically you have validators that have the right to produce a block at a specific height, and then other validators vote on that block. So instead of doing work, we're actually voting on which transaction should be included in the digital ledger. So that's kind of how proof of stake is different than proof of work. And by staking, you're essentially either delegating your coins to a validator that's going to vote on your behalf, or if you're running a validator, you're going to vote on those blocks, or you're going to produce blocks. So that's basically how people stake. I don't know if anyone wants to add to that.
Yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it. The process somewhat varies depending on what layer one you're talking about too. So, from the end user perspective, the process kind of depends on the kind of UX or wallet that you're using as well. So just out of curiosity, how many people here have actually staked or have dabbled in it? Okay, so a decent amount actually. How many of you are actually interested in trying it out? Okay, so yeah, as mentioned, and I think we'll dive in a bit later too, I think, the choice of wallet, the choice of layer one that you're staking on, and the type of asset that you're holding are going to be relevant to making your decision about how to go about this. What I think was
So I'd like to add that the reason why you want to stake is for staking rewards. And basically, so it's you get rewards based on the amount of tokens that you've staked and also how long you've locked up the tokens. So there's big incentives to staking, and I'm sure that's a big reason why a number of you are here as well.
Right, the lockup is important. You won't have access to those tokens while they're staked, and you cannot withdraw them essentially or sell them.
I think that one of the really interesting things about staking, and Luke touched on this with the difference between proof of work and proof of stake. Proof of work is really this very competitive market for hash power, whereas proof of stake, you're essentially saying, this is this cap table that I have, and we're going to incentivize people to stay in this cap table, lock up their funds, and contribute actively to the security of the network. And it's very analogous to the way a company works. People vote on the different decisions that are made, but in the blockchain case, you have a machine doing it that's voting on every different state change that happens, as well as determining network power and force and all kinds of different things. So proof of stake blockchains really open up a big new world that proof of stake is, that proof of work is really unable to service. Because once you have a proof of work blockchain, anyone can come in and swap it with ASICs that are kind of built specifically for that. And proof of work is immune to that kind of attack. Proof of stake, is immune to that kind of attack.
Yeah, there's essentially an opportunity cost that comes up with locking up your tokens, right? So how does the layer one actually reward a user for actually locking up these tokens and contributing to the security of the network? In most cases, it's an inflation reward, right? Which varies depending on the staking ratio, so how many people in the entire network are actually staking, what percentage are actually actively staking the network, will also kind of change the actual reward that this end user receives.